Welcome. In this video we're going to take a look at comparing flow analysis to packet capture. My name is Dara Delaney from Netflow. Just before I get into the detail a little about the network setup. It's quite a simple network. We've got a data center, we've got a switch at the core, which has got my firewall internet connection. I got servers hanging off the core here, I've got some wireless access points, and we've got a span port set up, sometimes called a mirror port, and we're getting raw traffic into the Network LAN Guardian. Now I've also got a router hanging off my network which connects one of my remote sites, and from that router we're getting the Netflow information. So users in this site, they don't have any local services, they connect to file servers here and they go to the internet via this wide area connection. So that's my network setup. So let's take a look at troubleshooting using flow and troubleshooting using packet capture. So this is my LAN Guardian, and within the sensors I've got both a packet capture sensor, which I use mostly, and a Netflow sensor. Now I've switched off at the moment, it's not on a live network, but has captured some data previously. So firstly, let's take a look at the flow data. It is useful. If we go for a report here, which is very much a flow type report, traffic distribution report. And what I want to do here is focus on the flow sensor, and I want to take a look at any traffic associated with the remote site, which is 10.220/24. Run a report, and I get back some useful information. So here we can see, for example, on this link, about 43% bandwidth used up by 445, port 80, or traffic over 480 was Microsoft. About 21% is some HTTP. Got some high port numbers here. When you add them up, uses quite a bit of traffic. You also got some proxy traffic here. And if you drill down on this, you can get to see the clients at the remote site. And drill down again, and you'll be able to see the actual flow records themselves. You can see this client here connected to the network. This is one of our main storage systems, and sent and received some data. So these are the flow records. You can go further if you want to get the date and time. So here we have the flows. So you've got the source, destination, port numbers, etc., and traffic volumes further over here, sent and received. And then that gives us some indication of what's happening on the link. But for other types of data, go back here like 560, no idea, drill down on that, you're just going to get flow records. It's kind of hard to tell what exactly this is. It's got some stuff here from the Netherlands, not sure what that stuff is. And things like proxy, again, you're just going to see clients connecting to the proxy and no real detail. Let's just have a quick look and see what it's doing. So you can see actually some external thing here, weird domain. So you get some level of visibility, but now let's take a look at the same traffic. So back to my diagram, I'm also monitoring the actual packets going to and from that remote site, and let's take a look at the difference. So I'm going to use the search facility here, pop in the same range of IP addresses and run a search. So firstly, when we look at the applications here, instead of looking at ports and trying to say, well, stuff over port 80 is web or stuff over 4.5 is file share, we actually get a breakdown of the applications themselves, so we can see BitTorrent file share. But what's interesting with the packet capture report, let's open that in a new tab. So now when we drill down, we can see the actual files that have been accessed across the link. So here we can see the file server and folder. Drill down further, we'll confirm that somebody in the remote site here is accessing some customer information CSV files, so that's what's eating up the bandwidth. And we can get username. Drill down further, I can even get the username associated with this. So you've got the a lot of detail here. You've got your file name, you got the source. So you get a combination of flow data, you got metadata such as the file name, and you also got the user data. That's what I mean by user data, the actual username itself. So you can see here, Laura, more metadata, the fact that this is a file read, so they're copying this across the WAN link. Let's go back a couple of screens. When it comes to the web traffic, you can see the actual domain names people are accessing in here, like Windows Update. But what's interesting too is we can see from a security point of view the traffic on that link. The clients at the remote site are triggering some events here, security events. So I can see here that we got some malware associated with something at the remote site. They're using BitTorrent as well. Let's take a look at that. There's some scanning. Let's take a look at this one here. We can drill down and find out the client. It's got some malware. This machine here would need to be checked. You can see the IP address it's trying to connect to. Some Irish IP here, Robit or whatever that is. So we definitely would want to check this client here at the remote site. From a BitTorrent point of view, the same client here is, let's see what's downloading. We just looked this up, and it's downloading some version of Linux there. Let's go back to the dashboard. So as you can see with packet capture, so what you're looking at here is the output of metadata capture, like some file names, application names, BitTorrent details. Let's have a look further down here. See the domains. Here they are. We can even see the type of clients people are using. They're using Chrome at that location. You can see the DNS lookups. So with packet capture, you can analyze DNS traffic. So you can see the actual DNS records and what people are looking up. Sometimes unbeknown to them, there may be some stuff going on in the background that it's connected to web services, ransomware, for example. You might want to find out exactly what domains that client is connecting to. Let's take a look at file shares, a bit more detail associated with this WAN link. So again, we saw this already. We see the file, which that's pretty much all the bandwidth being consumed by activity with that file there. From an internet point of view, get further detail in here. But with the domains, types of page hits, you see the actual updates here. So this is all from the packet analysis, where you can pull out the URI strings from the HTTP traffic. So if you're troubleshooting a WAN link, yes, flow data will give you volumes, it'll give you IP addresses, but if you want to get to the root of problems, whether it's an operational problem or a security problem, really packet capture is where you need to be at. And it's pretty much straightforward to set up either option. You either define flow on the router, or you set up a span or mirror port to get your packet capture.